Just get you guys all situated over here. Perfect. Looking good, looking good. There we go. There we go. Okay. Get that guy zoomed in. Get you guys zoomed in over here. Looking excellent. Make sure you give me a thumbs up over there. That's all we need. And you guys caught me right in the middle of putting on my liquid white. So we went into our Grumbacher's liquid white. It's an oil blending medium that has to cover this white canvas in order for our technique to work. If we don't have this liquid white on our canvas, boy oh boy, it becomes much more difficult to do what we're trying to do. Alright, so make sure you get some of that liquid white stuff and make sure we cover the entire canvas in a very, very thin coat of this paint. We don't need a whole lot. And a lot of times just one dip into your jar will work if you spread it out enough. Right? You can kind of look down the sides of your canvas from each direction and say, you know what, that looks about wet enough, or maybe I need just a touch more in there and down here and blah, blah, blah. Right? We get to decide each time. Right? Then I'm going to show you how to test it and make sure that we have the proper amount on our canvas. Right, go back and forth just a bunch of times. I normally do this before the show, but people like to see every single step, so we show you every single step. And this is a 16 by 20 inch canvas, and just your standard old canvas. You get a little 5-pack with Michaels. They're fabulous. I love these old canvases. You can do all sorts of stuff on them, right? Excellent. Now, all you guys got to do is just check in. Tell me where you're watching from. That's it. Just where you're from out there in the world. We'll take a little bit of this liquid white, we're going to put on the edge of our canvas as well, just because it helps our sky color blend onto the sides of our canvas, making it look more finished. But if you don't have that liquid white out there to start, then guess what happens? It becomes much more difficult to get that paint to stick. Gorgeous. Now, let's go through the colors we're going to be using. I'm going to go to a little winter scene today, mainly because we didn't know what we were going to paint, and so whenever I don't know what I'm going to paint, winter scenes drop out of my brush. We're going to have a little of our ultramarine blue from the Meaden set, or your Phthalo blue, or Prussian blue, it doesn't matter, one of those 3 dark blues. Alizarin crimson, midnight black, titanium white. Let's use a little of our purple too, just a little smidge of our dioxazine purple. So, first things first, I'm going to go into my blue. Get that blue onto the brush, and let's say we have some light color out here. Now, the only reason that the blue is blending on the canvas that easily is because I told you I was going to show you how to test it, right? You want to have clean gloves first. Test down there, over here, wherever, right? All of them should be just literally about exactly the same amount of paint, right? All over the place. Same thing, little bit of paint across those little dimples on our canvas is all we need. Then it's going to allow that blue to blend and slide much further than you think it might, right? Now, I like to leave a big old white section in the center. It's not only to keep my clouds nice and bright white. Sure, it does do that, right? But it's to help the rest of these darker colors mix in. If we leave a good amount of that untouched white canvas, which is still wet, unpainted, then it will allow these other colors kind of room to grow and expand, right? Now, let's take a little bit of our purple, go into our dioxazine purple. You don't need too much of it on the brush. Boy, let me tell you, if you put too much of this color onto your old brush, it becomes very dark very fast. Yeah. A little bit of that purpley color, but I don't like it to all just be one color all the time, right? I mean, that's 2 colors, I feel you. But we're gonna go with a little bit of black as well. Just a little teeny tiny little touch there, right? It just kind of dulls things down a little bit without over covering everything in our sky. You can even have it up there if you want, right? We're just gonna literally make crisscrosses on our canvas to blend out all this color. But in order to do that, we need a clean, dry brush. So let's set this big old palette down. We're gonna come over here, we're gonna wash off our brushes. So, we're gonna wash off the old brushery. Nice and clean in the bucket, right? Remember, no matter how clean it comes out of the bucket, always dab it on a paper towel. Always, always, always dab it on a paper towel, okay? Now, where are we going to start mixing, class? When we get in here, where are we going to start? We're going to start in our darkest area. We're going to start in our brightest area, our blue area, our purple area. Where are we going to start? Where would you start blending if it was you? Right? Watching from Canada, people all over. Saludos. Appreciate you for being here. The lightest area, exactly. Right? We're gonna want to come in here, crisscrossing that light area first, just picking up some of that paint. See how we're pushing that white paint further out and out and out? How far can you get that paint to go? You know what I mean? All we're gonna do is mix it back and forth. Then we're gonna go from that light color up into our blue, which is our next lightest color. Allow that guy to mix down, becoming softer and softer and softer, overtaking our white area of our sky. Right? Then we're gonna come grab some of our purple and let that guy work down. Some of the black as well. There we go. The more we blend it, right, the more it's going to spread out and soften its way down. Right? So maybe I don't want to blend it so much down here along the bottom side. Maybe not so much. So we leave it a little bit darker. You'll have some clouds play in there, right? You can even take that darkness and blend it up towards your light color. How do you want your sky to look? Because that's exactly how it's going to look every time. Now, see how we left that lighter color in our sky? Almost looks like clouds out there. Without even having to do a single thing, you guys, it does it all on its own for us. It's a little magic trick by Pink and Josh. You're welcome. Now, let's get out here. And we're going to grab our titanium white. By the way, I'm Paint with Josh. Nice to see you. Welcome. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Let's grab our titanium white. And let's work along these shadows up in through that brightness. Right? Just kind of mushing. See how we're kind of pushing the brush against the canvas and just smushing it on. Right? Most of my color, not all of it as you can see, but most of it is gone from that spot. So halfway through, let's switch our brush. Use the other side. Mush it on, spin it, because now I can see some brightness up here. Spin it, try to get that color off of the brush onto the canvas. That's all we need. Whatever shape you want it to be. Okay? Now, as long as we dab off our big old 2-inch brush, we don't even need to wash it. We can just dab it off on a paper towel. Because, there we go. As we start mixing it, we want that color to mix in, especially down around the bottom. Okay, around the bottom, I'm going to push it harder. Let it intermix with all that sky color underneath there. And then we can't really tell where the base of it is, right? I only really want the clouds on the top to be bright. And as we work it back further, we push harder into the canvas. See the bristle bending down here? Right? Up here, we're just very lightly flicking it. Down here, we're trying to blend it away with our sky. Fabulous. Right? The more you mix it, the darker it gets. So, you get to decide how bright, how soft, how fluffy you want your little clouds back there. Right? Every time we do it, you are in control of what you do. Okay, let's take a little bit of our black, a little crimson, a little blue, mix them up down here into our little blackish mix. Now let's decide as a group, you guys, should we do a little mountain out there, or should we just throw in some background forest, right? Should we toss in some layers of forest, or should we do a mountain? You let me know in the comments right now. Tell me now. Forest, mountain. Forest, mountain. All right, we want to see forest, forest, mountain, mountain, forest, mountain, mountain. Right? Forest. There's a lot of forests in there, guys. You know what? What if we just put a little teeny tiny little mountain out there? Just a little old guy, right? Okay, I see him. I see him. I can already see it. Let's put a little old mountain right up here. We got to get up into our clouds, though. And I don't want to see too much of our little mountain man, okay? Because the more mountain that we put up here, the more it's going to interact by the time we get to our foreground. I want to put some big trees on this side. So we don't want to have too many little bits or our mountain grow too big, right? Now what we're focusing on is just that top line right up there. This edge out here, what does it look like? How sharp is it? Not necessarily how sharp of a peak, but how sharp is that outline of our little mountain? You really don't need much more than that amount of paint to create a big old mountain. You want to see it? Do you see? Should we do it with the big old 2-inch brush, or should we swap down to the 1-inch brush? What do you think? I mean, that's not a lot of paint, you guys. That's not show. So I mean, cut me some slack. Should we do the 2-inch or the 1-inch? Right? Big old 2 or the little old 1? What do you think? Uh-oh, they're saying 2-inch, 1-inch, 1-inch, 1. Let me show you. You do it with 2. You You do it with either one. We can do it with a big old 2-inch brush. Take it, push it off. There we go. Slide it down one way, right? This whole side. Down in front, okay? Don't grab its ridge. Off this way, off that way. Right there from the ridge, ridge, ridge. And you will make a gorgeous little mountain. Now sometimes you don't have enough paint up there to continue that darkness, so there. Yeah. Right? Make a cool little mountain out there. One side going down one way, the other side going down the other way, and all of a sudden you got this cool little thing happening in the night. Let's take a little bit of my titanium white, a little bit of our ultramarine blue. Let's mix that up. Yeah, you know, like a nice bright blue sky color out there on your mountain. That way, if it's nice and bright blue out there, we can use some darker blues as we get towards us. Why have we already gotten a violation? I haven't even said a single thing. We haven't even mentioned any other anything. This is ridiculous. Literally, guys, ridiculous. So, if you guys aren't already following me over on TikTok, make sure you follow me because I'm probably going to have to restart the stream over there. So, just letting you know, follow me now because if we have to restart, you're not going to be able to find me. Let's take a little touch of that blue. We'll come up here, grab it, and just let it attach. And grip and roll down the hill and over here. Slide it down, slide it down, slide it down. Very cool. Now, let's take a little bit, just a little touch. Why don't we put it right in there on the inside of those two? Just so we can pretend maybe there's a little bit of shadow in between those guys. You never know. You never can tell. And we're going to take a little bit of our blue.
Guys, if you can do me a huge favor and tap that screen, we'll get those views right back up.
Is it over?
No, it just dropped.
Yeah.
But we can get it back up there if we just power tap that screen.
Yeah. And if it doesn't work, then I'll just restart it. So you better follow me now. Always tends to get a lot of follows when you say that. Like, you better follow me because if you turn it off and you don't follow me, you're never going to find me again. All right, there. A little bit of my titanium white mixed in with my blue color. Okay, and then we're going to come up here, we're going to scrape it up. So we have that little roll of paint. We're going to come off of our big guy like this and just let it graze down. All right, just falling off, a little turning, right? Just trying to float it over. You don't want to push very hard. You're just trying to float. And when you float it, you'll get those cool little breaky bits. Now remember, they don't have to go everywhere. You don't have to see everything. You can cover things up. So we snuck that little bit of blue back in there, and it just looks so fabulous. That's fantastic. Come over here. We can cover up any bit of blue that we don't want to see as well. Right? It's never just, oh man, now we have to live with it. No, you can get back in there and cover it up. Very cool. Very cool. So we come down. These mountains tend to grow too big because I want to do too many things to them. They just end up looking so fun after a while. Just like that. All right, now let's get out there. Like it. Take one little thing and just mix this, just make him odd. There we go. Just didn't like that since my straight line out there. Perfection, everybody. Now this guy, slide it down. We can decide how much of it we lose, this, that, and the other by the time we get up there. Now, let's take our 2-inch brush. We're going to go very lightly across the canvas just to disturb the paint a little bit. Little teeny tiny disturbances versus this stuff that is untouched up here. Then we'll come off the side, we'll drag it this way, we'll drag it that way. Now we get this very soft edge from a very soft touch. Now we got to go to an extreme rough touch. Just smoosh and smash a lot of that white paint out of there. So we're kind of cutting down and cutting through it. You can cut it over here, you can do whatever you want to do. Grab some of it up, mist it up, transition it back up into that misty area. And get the really cool little effects, guys, I'm telling you. Very neat. So, what do we have as far as viewership?
336. I want to restart the TikTok live.
Yeah, okay. All right, guys. Well, we're going to restart TikTok. So if you don't already follow me, give me a follow now because we're going to end it. Like I said, if you're not following, you're not going to know where to come back to when we start it right back up. So follow me now. And then we're going to come over here, and we're also streaming over to the tube. So you can go check us out over there as well. And then you'll be able to re-watch the video by the time we get done. But give us a follow now, and then London's going to end it, and then we're going to start it up again.
We shall be right back.
This one's looking so. It's always the ones that look cool. Start looking so good, and then something happens.
Fake engagement
Fake engagement
is what you got.
For
You already appealed it, didn't you?
yeah, I did it midstream. How am I don't understand. In any case, everybody over on YouTube, you guys are awesome. Thank you for being over there and watching. I don't know. They come up with the most strangest things, and then sometimes it's over instantly, and everything comes back, and then sometimes it's just stuck for the whole live, that it's restricted like that. It's so weird. Okay, so once we take all of our dark colors, our blue and our crimson and our black mix, we mix them all up into this very famous color that people call paint with Josh plaque. No, not that different kind of spelling. How dare you? How dare you over there? So what we're gonna do is grab our fan brush. Where's it at? There we go. The Paint with Josh fan brushes, black handles, gold writing. This one has no more writing because I've used it so much we wore all the writing off of it. But let's go throw in a forest now. Everybody that wanted a bit of forest, now we can have some forest back here. Get a little sneak of my white paint over here. There we go. What's up?
I couldn't press the go live button and I'm
Is it going now?
I like couldn't touch it with my nail.
I do that with my gloves sometimes. You get that little bubble on the end, and it's like there's no finger there.
Right.
Okay, so now that we're back, let's come back in. We're wiggling down into our plaque mix, and a little bit of our white kind of dulls it down. You see that, or brightens it up a little bit. And then we can put some further away stuff back here. What do you think? Want a little bit of something back in here? I think so.
You always make the perfect choices.
Me?
Yeah, with your
Never.
paintings.
Yeah, well, sometimes. But it's all about having done it so many times.
That's what it's about?
I tell the new people, you know what I mean? Like, try doing it, 1,000 times, and then you kind of know where to put said items in different things. Let's not go too far with this light gray one here. Yeah. Get smaller and smaller and smaller into the distance.
Yeah.
What's up?
Guys, if you can do me a huge favor, tap that screen, drop a comment, tell Josh where you are from. Let's speed tap to 50,000. And if you can hit that share button and add Josh's live to your story, it will encourage people to come watch it. I'm going to leave you guys in good hands, so you guys better tap that screen and drop a comment. Otherwise, I have to come back out here.
Thank you, London.
You're welcome.
So, all we're doing is dragging up from the bottom of our... We need to do one of those things where it's like, my boyfriend's gonna show you his fruit, so you better like the video. And then I'll be like, you know what I mean? Like, we need to do one of those with paint. My ex-husband's gonna show you his paintings, you better like it.
You better like him. You better tap that screen.
It's gonna be fun. Okay, so we're coming in here at a severe downward angle, smacking onto the canvas like this. Tap, tap, tapping, that's all. Boom, 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 hitting against the canvas to soften the paint by mixing it in with this liquid white that's underneath. Right? Everything that's underneath the canvas is still all wet. Right? So we get in there and we start mixing it up with the white and the dark. It becomes even brighter and brighter and brighter until you couldn't even almost tell where one stops and where one starts and where one stops. Right? Very neat. Now, what if? Oh, I'm already seeing something. I'm already seeing something cool, guys. I'm already seeing it. Just like that. I can see it. Can you see clearly now? Here we go. Right here. We're going to take a little bit of our white, our titanium white on the brush. Right? It's not very noticeable, which is perfect. I don't want it to be super noticeable. I don't want it to be super bright. I just want something out there indicating there's maybe a bit of land. Let's go almost all the way across. Drag it. Lots of pressure, lots of pressure. Up into our little forest. We can even mix it up a bit more so you still can't tell where one thing starts and one thing stops. Now, what if we come in here, we go a little bit more of our darker color, that Paint with Josh black color, right? We wiggle it down, wiggle it down, wiggle it down. Making the brush very sharp, like an axe, right? Now, from this side, because it's a darker color, it will stand out as being in front of it, okay? Now remember, we had those little bits of that snowy hill back there, so what if we start way down here, and just start coming up, coming up, coming up, cutting through the background forest, right? So you don't have to go all the way side to side. A little bit taller, a little bit taller, taller than that guy. Doesn't have to be taller than our mountain. We should be a little bit closer than our other friend back there, especially if we have our little meadow in the distance, Our little meadowish deal in the distance. And what if we have this little guy right there? Just a little old tree, which could be a massively huge tree. We just don't know how far away it is yet, right? We're deciding how far do we want to make these little guys out in the night. Out there, over here, we got a couple more little guys trailing their way down, right? Not everything is going to be exactly the same. Not every little guy has to be perfect. Maybe on one of these little guys out here, we have like a granddaddy old tree that's just hanging out, inspecting the forest, watching the mountain and the clouds just float by every day. Fabulous, okay? Let's get in here. Again, same thing. We're going to swipe up, filling in the bottom. So we're staying on that same flat line. I'm not trying to go up this way, not too much anyway. And all we're going to do is take some of that darker paint and smush it and tap it down. Tap it down, tap it down, tap it down. It's going to soften that dark paint, mix it in with our light colored paint, making this next area a place where we can then lay more paint on top of. Right? Come back there and mix it. Dude, that almost looks like a lake right there. There's some little... Oh, says Santa Claus. Holy cow! That is gorgeous. You guys, that is a pretty little thing right there. Put a couple more little spiky doers in here for me. Just a couple little doofuses out there in the night, wherever they want to be. All right, go back, transition. Up through here along the side. Get rid of these little guys back here. Now we can decide whether it looks like water or, right? Or, what the? What if we came in like this? Same brush, literally. Haven't cleaned it, haven't even dabbed it on a paper towel. Let's come back over here, grab up this white like this, and let's just shade right here. We got a new little bit of land or something, feed it up into the forest. You guys, look at that. That is gorgeous. Down and up, down and up, down and up. And boom, getting that little feed as it's fading up this way. Right? Getting that little, all those little different little streaks of brown, darkness, and then light. We have all these cool little things. I don't like that guy. Just like that. Delete him from the scene. Fabulous. Right, the more we come over here, the more white we're going to have. Pushing down this way, I can see clearly now. Look at that. Ooh, now we got this cool little thing. This whole little bit, this meadow of snow. You could literally leave it just like that. Honestly, what do you want to do with your painting? Right? Because that's the main goal. What do you want to do with your painting? Do you want to leave it like that? Because that's a pretty cool painting right there. All right, do you want to keep going? We got another one already. Already got another appeal. Dude, what is it for this time? Guys, whatever you guys are typing in the comments or whatever, it's not working. Literally, whatever you guys are doing out there, we just got another one. Just lose my mind, literally. So, getting violated anyway, might as well tell you to go to paintwithjosh.com and you might as well grab this painting because I haven't told you once yet. Literally, not once yet. So I just don't know. I don't get it. Okay, let's plop in. If we want to do one bigger thing over here, right? Let's do something small over there. Let's take that plaque next. Let's go into our titanium white, right? Excuse me, into our fan brush, into our plaque next. Let's drop it down because I like my little granddaddy tree so much right there. Put it right there. Plop it in. Work its way down. There we go. Just like that. The trunk is just there for a guideline, right? You don't even need to follow along with what your trunk looks like. The more you go down, the more you kind of pop it out, pop it out, pop it out. Fill in the center area. That center area nice and dark. On top of our tree, a little bit more filled in so it kind of stands out as being this closer thing up here in the forest. Okay, then we're going to come up and grab it on a higher spot, then a lower spot, and then a higher spot. Okay. So come down here, we're going to grab it up there, hold it off this way. Down, down, down. So you're working down on this angle, and then this guy, we're gonna pull off a little bit stronger so all the shadow feeds off to that side. Okay. Right here, what do? We drag from the edge, we push that white, all that stuff, lots of pressure, push it back up into right underneath our tree, just like so. Honestly, can it be any easier, Josh? I mean, I don't know. I don't know, guys. Can it be any easier? Very cool. I like this one so far. Now, let's give that guy just a little bit of brightness to him. A little touch of some highlight life to this little friend out here. We'll come in with our liquid white and our ultramarine blue. And I just want to get a little bit off of the left side because that's where all of our blue is. All of our blue shadows on our mountain are way back there. We're just going to kind of tapping. Bang, little things. Don't put in too many. Put on too many, it's going to look too close, it's going to look too weird. All right, you got to do minimal amount. Sometimes the less is better. Come over here, liquid white into the titanium white now as well. Right? You can't just do one or the other. You got to have a mix of both. Off there like that, little taps.
I'm gonna restart.
Okay, we're gonna restart again over on TikTok, guys. So make sure you're following us, and then you'll be able to find it when we come back. Man, look at that for a tree, though. Gorgeous.
I don't understand.
Don't get it either. I haven't said the website. I haven't said YouTube. I haven't said anything. I purposely haven't even said anything today. Okay, guys, check this out for a moment right here. This was the idea the whole time. But we need some more paint first. Let's put in one more big old tree, and then we'll drop down our cool idea. So, thanks again to everybody watching over on YouTube. You guys are amazing. Love yous over there. And you're going to be able to rewatch this stream as soon as it's over. You're able to rewatch it from the beginning. There we go. Perfection. Maybe force close the app too. Shut it all down. It's all good. It's working good over on the tube, so that's where people are gonna watch it anyway. Okay, guys, we got our plaque mix. It's all mixed up. We need to add one more little tree, I think. Either a tree or a bush or a mixture of the two. In fact, no, I like that clean, nice area right there. So let's get out here with our darkness. Wiggle down on the darkness. Come up a little bit higher, right? We're gonna lose this one. This one's so perfect too. He's so perfect in the background, but it's either that one or this one that we gotta lose. Let's lose this guy, because that other one's just too good. Right down there. So the center of my trunk is next to my little friend. That way I know my bristles are going to interact and crisscross by the time we get down there. All right, the more we go, the more we kind of push in. We get a bigger tree, we get a fatter tree, whatever we need it to be. Right? Is it going up again?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Thank you. And we'll bring him down a little bit further than we need to, even out there, because we've got to start up higher. Right, go down lower. Came down a little bit. You can see that, right, London? Start up higher, come down lower.
It's beautiful.
And then we'll go off this side, dragging all of our shadows. Alright. All the shadows off the end. Drag it all the way from the edge. And if so, dab off your brush each time. Right? So you can drag that white. Just like a sequin pillow, you guys. Literally. Or come up and grab some of your titanium white and drop it on, right on top. And drag it out. Right? Not everything has to be perfectly pure white, otherwise you'll never see anything. Right? Now, since we've got a little bit more of our dark color, and we've got our big old Paint with Josh brush, why don't we come in there and we smash into the Paint with Josh brush, our bushy brush. Drop down again, so we're just getting underneath our little thing back here, right? Making them look closer. We got higher, then lower, then lowest. Right? Not lowest, lowest. Down, down, down. So we're working that angle. Down this way, and you go higher, higher, higher up that side. Right? Making it look more 3D when you do such things. Okay? Yeah. Guys, that's starting to be pretty neat if you ask me. I'm just saying, looks pretty cool, guys. If you're asking old paint with Josh, I like it. All right, now let's get out there again. Let's go into our liquid white, into our bluey shadows. Let's go hit our big old tree. Well, our medium-sized tree right here. And again, off the back side, you have to make sure you have the right amount of liquid white and the ultramarine blue, so it's the right ratio of the two paints together. And then you don't want to cover up all of the spots of darkness, right? You have to have those dark spaces in between if you want it to look like a tree. If you don't want it to look like a tree, then just overfill everything and forget everything I've told you. Okay? Right there, tap, 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 tap. The more that we smack against the canvas, the bigger the tap. That means I've got to get out of that area sooner and leave quicker. Right? Get out of there. Don't just sit there and smack it onto the same area multiple times, dropping off more and more and more bits of brightness when you don't need them. Get out of there. Move. Leave. Get gone. Get leaving. Don't just sit in that one spot. Okay? Now, let's go back. I'm going to wash off our big old bush brush. And then we'll come back over here. Ooh, it's nasty. Anytime we do big old bushes, you get so much paint up in the brush that it just becomes a dark old mess. And again, we need a fair amount of our liquid white, which I'm going to need to get more of out. Right? Come in here, tap it onto my little brush. Go for the shadows first. You can always cover up the shadows with the highlights. Can't go in reverse. There we go. A little bit of blue up along the back side, right? Leaving our white side. You can even, if you don't even have enough paint, that would have been a cool little switcheroo. But we don't have enough of our liquid white, and I don't have enough titanium white out on my palette anyway. So let me get both of those guys going, and then we'll be back at you very soon. Okay, so titanium white, very thick paint like icing, super firm, right? Liquid white, very, very, very watery and wet. So when you mix the two together, you get a cool little island song. You get a cool thing to happen, right? So again, I'm gonna aim the shadowy side, the blue side, away from my paint, right? So the blue side's there. I'm gonna hit that white into my titanium white. So I take the liquid white into the titanium white so it's all soppy and crazy. And then we're gonna come out here and angle the brush so the blue side doesn't hit. Only the white side hits, right? Bang. You can use these. That's why it shows you that we're not pushing it just straight onto the canvas. It's angled up, or right, it's spun and then angled up. And you can use both sides of the same brush to do the same bush. Very simple, guys. Do not have to wash in between if you can do it well enough and only cover half of your brush. And that comes with time and practice and all that stuff. Practice, 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 guys. Okay, so let's launch in our big monster of a tree over here. And like I said, there was one thing that I was thinking about adding to this painting, and I think if we do this, we're gonna have to. There's no turning back. So what if came out here like this, right? Oh, that is such a pretty thing. We're gonna go right there. Zip, zip, zip. A little bit of an old fence post. Very cool, right? Got a little bit more of that darkness. Come up here a little bit higher to show it's getting a little closer to us. Also be a little bit wider, right? Bigger. So itself taller and wider. So a little bit bigger, right? Starting to stand out a little bit. Do one more. Up here, gotta be tall. Right there. Right there. Make it lower now. Lower now. Okay, I'm telling you for a reason. Make them lower for a reason. Okay. Now this guy, what if he had a little now? Yeah. So we got a little fallen. This little fallen beam out there. Right? A lot of the times, the old farmer can't keep up on all this stuff. There's a little fallen beam right down there, and we can decide where we want it to be. Okay? Now, before we even connect it, we can go, all right, I want my little fallen beam guy to live right down here. So the more that I brush it backwards, the more it pushes it out into the painting. Okay, and I can decide what I want to do, how I want it to look, blah, blah, blah. Very cool. Then we're going to start very low on this guy. We're going to drag it up, and we're going to come up down from here. We're going to pull it back this way. So again, he's higher and also lower. Now this guy, where are you going to pull him up to? Up to you. You're in control. We come back over there. There we go. I'd say that is just about the right angle of our little things right there. Right? You see it? That'll help you make sure that one thing looks closer than the other. Right? Back in here a little bit more of my titanium. We'll just wiggle it down there. Right? A couple little differences. Not everything has to be perfect. We got a little fence out here that we're starting to build. Now, we're taking our plaque mix again. Go like this on a little angle. Little angle. There we go. Get a little bit bigger towards us as we get closer. Got your little spot out there. You can scrape away where you want your fence to be. It's going to be more beneficial for you. It'll be easier to drop it on if you scrape away that paint when you don't want it. That way it won't try to turn too bright on you. We need to mix up a little bit more, so we can do 2 more beams right down beneath. Let's mix up that plaque mix. We get our darkness, we'll scrape it up. Come back over here. Mix it up until we get that cool dark color we always love. Now remember, you guys know what I do for a living. I come up here and teach you how to paint cool stuff. And every so often, one of you guys goes and gets it. Right? So, be sure you're the first person there. You can nab up this one. Let's get over here, take a little bit, and again, a little bit of paint. Bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger as it gets closer to us, smaller as it gets further away. Doesn't have to be insanely huge, right? But it does have to show it getting a little wider as it gets closer to us. Yeah, perfection, you guys. I like it. Now, same thing that we're going to do like we did off of our mountain. We get a little bit of our blue. We're going to tap on a little touch of blue off the back side, maybe a little bit on your side. So we'll tap on that blue paint to come off. Okay, each time that we tap at this darkness, it's going to want to drop off the blue and pick up the dark paint, which is going to help everything get darker. That's not something that we always want. So a little bit of my blue on the edge, a little bit of blue, a little bit of blue. Now we're going to go back. We're going to grab that liquid white and titanium white mix. Very, very, very fine touch because it's so liquidy wet that it wants to run and get really crazy messy. The more liquid white you have in there, the more it wants to make a mess. So it's more titanium white, a little bit of liquid white, just to have it become a little bit more tacky. You can get it off of your blade and have it stick to your canvas, in fact. There we go. Now, let's take a little bit of that blue. We're going to go on the underside, just literally just tapping at it. Tap, so I can't get any more of that blue to come off. Remember to leave a bit of that darkness as well. You don't have to cover up every single bit of it. Here, we're going to tap on. We're not trying to cover all of the dark outline that we laid down. Just little things out there. Little tap, little tap, little tap. Let's make a little bit right here. Yep. Bang. Gorgeous, guys. Little fence out there in the day. Okay. It's only been 40 minutes. All right, let's mix up. What would you guys do? Would you leave it all empty and bare over here? Or would you want to come back and do something fun? Right? What would you do in this instance? Would you leave it? Because that's a really cool painting, and I've left them like that for many, many, many years before going crazy in our foreground. Right? I'm going to mix up an enormous amount of paint. Because I'm assuming that you guys are not just saying, yeah, just leave it. Just leave it the way it is. I'm assuming you want to see a huge, just a big old tree here. Just an enormous tree down here, guys. We can do it. We can do it, man. There's no more frozen pond. That was long ago. That was long ago, the frozen pond. At which moment we were able to put one in was long ago. Take some more of this liquid white and our titanium white. Just because this guy's not as bright as I want him to be, and I think it's because we didn't have the right mix on him when we came out to do his highlights the first time. Remember, we never want them all to be the same. We need them all to be the same amount of white or the same amount of blue or whatever. Little bits down in there. Oh yeah, baby. Oh yeah. Okay. That's looking fantastic. Okay, let's go big old tree on this side over here. So we got lots of space, right? This is why we don't take our mountain and go all the way to the edge, is for this exact reason. Into the same old fan brush. Loading it full of paint, guys. Here we go. Oh man, that's a tree and a half. Look at it. It's enormous, this guy. He's insane. Who is this guy? Why is he doing this to this poor painting? But tell me that it didn't just add a ton of depth and distance into our scene by acting like we're underneath this little guy, right? Out there, looking at it. You guys don't have to do this part. This is just for the lighting in the studio to make it look darker for you guys, because it should be the biggest, darkest thing in our landscape, right? No! That's funny. Just wait. Just wait, okay? Now, let's say we had a little branch or two come off of that guy. So we'll take our odorless mineral spirits into our plaque mix, just so it's wet enough to come off. Let's say we had this guy, came out over there, there was a big old branch up here. Who knows, another thing off there. There's one that dangled down across our little mountain scene. Yeah! There's one out here. And off of that side, maybe a little, or a little boop, coming out the front, right? All depends on us. Now, don't get mad. Don't get mad. You need to do this for your depth and your distance. Get up there with all that plaque mix and just start launching out and covering up. Launch and cover. Launch and cover. Right? Oh man, he's bushy. He's crazy boy. I like him. Yeah, right? Bushy little bit. Little themes, guys. We need to make up a bit more, but we might be able to work it. There's not a whole lot of the top part of that tree that we can cover. Yes! That's fabulous. Yep. Going backwards, guys. For realsies. For reals, for reals. We can even take this whole tree and have it just sitting out there in the snow. We don't even need any bushes at the bottom, for real. Look at it. Oh, it's fabulous. Okay, let's go wash off that bushy brush real quick so we can use them to make some highlights. And did you think, you were like, oh, what is he doing? Now, what do you think? Oh, what is he doing? I'm just kidding. We're gonna get a little touch of our liquid white, go back up into the thick part of our blue paint. Try to get all that goopiness. Remember, all of our bluey bits are off the side over here. We're not trying to tap on every little piece. Not every bit has to be covered. All right, we need some of the blue there, but we also need some of the darkness there, guys. I'm telling you, put on too much blue or too much dark, too much bright, you're not gonna like it. Just about half our tree. Maybe one more little. Now we gotta go wash our brush off again. You guys have to start coming up with a title for this painting. You gotta let me know what we're gonna call it. Because it needs a title. We gotta call it something. I'm gonna need your guys' help in deciding what that's gonna be. Our liquid white back onto our little fan, or our bushy brush over here. Come back into our titanium white as we go over there. I'm tapping it into the bristles, let them spread out. And that way we can hit it at different places, letting the light and the shadow kind of mix together. Where is this one being hit? Who knows? It's way out there on the side though. It's trying to feed its way back into the bushes or into the blue side. It just can't make it all the way there. It wants to. It wants to get back there. Just can't allow that to happen. A little bit more of this guy. feedback in different places. Now all of a sudden you got this crazily, heavily filled, snowy tree right there in front of your own eyeballs. What do you think, guys? Let me know. Type it into the comments now. Wash this guy off. Then we're gonna go add our tree bark. And by the time we put our tree bark on, that's when we're really gonna need a title from you guys. I think this was coming out insanely good. We're gonna take all that liquidy white and blue mess that we had up here. So it's a good amount of blue. There's a lot of firm paint in there. Right? A little bit of my liquid white and titanium white mix there, just so it becomes depositable, right? That way we can take it off of here and it will deposit onto that tree and stick. That's the thing we need. We need it to stick onto the tree. And so all we're doing is just tap, 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 making a little ridge, making another little ridge, taking some of that front ridge and working it in with the back ridge and moving towards our center of our tree. We're going to go over about 60%, right over there, from the right, the left to the right. That way we'll have those blue shadows underneath our highlights when we go to do our highlights from right to left. Okay? So wipe off all the blue so it's nice and fresh. Take the titanium white and our liquid white mixture. Okay, come over here, start tapping it on, and then moving, right? Tap, grab from up there because that was a whole amount. Drop it down here. Go pick it up from here again. Put it back down there. Now kind of tap this guy around and let him fade back, leaving little ridges in between, little spaces, little places, little things, guys. Little bits of bright, little bits of dark is all we need. Okay. Now remember, you can go get this painting if you go over to my place, paintwithjosh.com. Head over there and check it out. And then the first one to grab this one gets to title it. And you get a spin on the spinny winny wheel. But look at that for a tree, dude. Oh, come in here and scrape up a couple little bits of just like little grassy little things that kind of grow by the fence posts. Go back with our big old 2-inch. Just soften those guys down. Very cool. Yeah. I love this one. I'm digging it. We can walk straight into it and just go off in the night. Wherever we want to go, we can go. A little bit more bluey on that side. There we go. Just a little bluier. Oh, bluey. A little bluey. I need to have everything be the same, right? Much brighter over here, but I still want to see something over there. Neat, guys, neat. So, let us know. What should we name this one? I'm going to go wash this brush again. What are we going to title this ice-cold wintry scene? What are we going to do with it? You guys let me know. Fabulous. Finish the side, we'll finish the top, we'll do all that stuff. But you gotta come up with a title and I'm gonna wash off these brushes, okay? Off my guys, which is you guys. You guys are the guys. The mineral spirits. So, while I'm doing this, let me know where you're watching from. Give me a title for what we should name this painting. Never open this stuff with your eyes open. Because you have to pull on this little thing, and you never know, it may shoot out right into your eye. And that's bad. So let us know where you're watching from while I get some more of this stuff into my little bucket. You don't need a whole lot, that's for sure. But it does dissipate in your jar. It won't stay there forever. So have some that you can use again, right? Now, you guys should be checking in, telling me where you're watching from. And then I got one more brush to clean. And then we'll be checking out comments. Remember, if you purchase this one, you get to title it forever. Shoot! It's all up to you if you grab it during the live show. But you gotta get it during the live show in order for that to count. Don't get it during the live show, then it doesn't count. It's different. Let's take this color over here. Let's go throw these old birds who should be flying south, but they're still up here, just going caca. Gonna fly in the dig. Like it. Very cool, guys. Well, let's sign the signature with our plaque mix today as well. Just throw it right down. Woo. Hey, cool, guys. I like it. Okay. Come up with your titles. Let me know in the comments now. What are we going to title this one, guys? I also painted a brand new Multnomah Falls painting you guys should be checking out. You really should go check it out if you haven't already. Into my highlights there. Yeah. Big little bit of shadow coming out too and feeding in with that brightness, just letting it mix back and forth. I hit my signature down there. Fabulous. Perfect. Okay. Taking this guy off one more time now. Because you guys. Alright, here we go. Amazing, amazing. So where are you guys watching from? Let's see. Where are you from out there in the night? Man, that's cool. I like it. I like it. Michigan, Virginia, Illinois, Poland. You guys are from all over the place, dudes. You guys are everywhere, man. Pennsylvania. The Space Coast. Did you just say the Space Coast? Is that a real place? I'm not sure that that's a real place. I'm not sure. Okay. So let's come up with a title, you guys. You guys hit me with your titles. I'm going to finish cleaning up over here. Then we'll be ready for an old title. I literally can't wait to see your guys' versions of this little painting. Because it came out pretty easy. It wasn't too difficult, you know what I mean? You get your practice with your big old bushy brush on these big old trees, that's for sure. And don't skimp out on them, you know what I mean? Like, you gotta use a lot of paint. Gotta cover a big area. It's about as big as my hand. Also about as big as my hand, right? Don't go small on me. Get big, get crazy. That's what she said, by the way. Don't go small. You gotta go big when you get these trees, right? They gotta be humongous. Like, the size of the trunk is 3 fingers wide. It's huge, right? The size of the bushes are as monstrous as my hands are. So you gotta get big with that paint, right? Don't just go little skimpy little bushes and little branches and stuff. Get big, get crazy, and watch how much distance it adds to your painting. I'm telling you for realsies. But you gotta get crazy and just throw a bunch of paint up there. Okay, what are we gonna title this one, my friends? Friends, Romans, countrymen, all you guys? All the shoo guys out there. There we go. Flip it around like this. Now I can see you guys. You can see the painting. We can see the comments. There we go. Snow place like home. That's in the lead for me. That's a good one. Snow place like home. Right? I like that. That's cool. That's in the lead for right now, guys. If you think you've got a better title, or if you want to purchase this one, you get to pick the title. You can even pick that title. Okay. Amazing, amazing, amazing. I like it. The Meadows. I like that too. I like it. Winter View is cool. Lost in the Chill by Max Watch. I like that. It's his new book coming out. Lost in the Chill. Okay. All right, let's see. Yes! You've been awesome. You have been awesome. I dig it. I dig it. I dig it. Thanks, Aloysius. I like it. I appreciate you. Man, this one came out cool. So, don't fence me in. I do like that one. I do like that one. Well, let's go with Snow Place Like Home. I really like that. It's a cool little thing. Right? Hits on multiple levels. Snow Place Like Home, you guys. Isn't it when you're out there, you just want to go home, literally. It's just snow place like it. At least in our world, that's what this one says. There is snow place like home. There we go. So this one's number 2023, I think. Right? 2023, guys? Anybody? Mods out there? Anyone? Pretty sure? Almost positive? Yes? Thank you. Appreciate it. Okay. Snow place like show. Perfect. Dig it. And paint on 8/28/2028. We're all going to go to paintwithjosh.com because it's the best place ever. All right. Beyond like the tube and the talk and the face and the gram. Okay, it's at least one of the top 5 places I go every day, bros. Every day. I like how there's like 2 little petals that my brush must have picked up right there. If I try to get rid of them, it's going to make streaks. If I leave them as the 2 little dots right there, it's going to look like little things maybe fell off my tree and they're about to hit the ground. So, very cool. I'm not going to touch those little friends right there. Makes me think of like Rembrandt or Van Gogh, how they have little disconnected pieces of their bushes would be disconnected. Look at that bush behind the fence. Depth, 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 depth. Woo! I almost gave it a high five. Right? You got 1 level, 2 levels. Bush is 3, tree is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Back to the sky. Amazing. Yes! Okay. So, that one came out awesome. I love it. Thank you guys all for being here and watching it. And just literally need 4 or 5 colors. We used a little bit of purple in the sky, but that was about it. And about 4 or 5 colors, and you can knock out a scene very similar to this in under 1 hour, honestly. It's not hard. If it was hard, we wouldn't be able to do it. I wouldn't have so many fans saying, thank you for teaching me this. It's so simple now that I listened to one of your videos or I watched how you did this one thing and now it changed everything, right? And those are always my favorite comments. So, I appreciate you guys. We're going to cut the old tube streamy stream short because I never like them to go too long. And then we'll hang out over here on TikTok and chat for a minute and then decide whether or not we're going to come back and do a second live show later on tonight. So, if this one would have gone and found a new home, instantly I would have said, sure, I'll come back and do another one. But I don't have many supplies left, and it's getting around to the first of the month where like everything is going to be due, you know what I mean? So if you guys could help me, I know everything's due for everybody, I feel it, but I just need to sell like 2 or 3 more paintings before the first, and then I'll be good. I swear, I'll be okay. Be okay. So if you guys could help me out in doing that, that would be amazing. If not, I'll still probably be here tomorrow. No, I will. I'll be back here tomorrow. But yeah, beyond that, everybody over on the YouTube, thanks for watching. Thanks for being here and hanging out. Can't wait to see your versions of this painting. Send them into facebook.com/officialpaintwithjosh. That's my page over there. Or at paintwithjoshk over on the gram. And until I see you guys again next time, take care. I sound like a 12-year-old cracking my voice over there. Thanks for being there, Cosmic. You're awesome. Just cracking over the voice. Bye!